90.1, and this is Gogo Lomo, and I'm here with Dr. McCain. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing wonderfully well.
Great, and I'm so glad to get to meet you, one of the ANT4. And what would you say has inspired you just to keep going and to keep inspiring people throughout your life?
What has inspired me probably more than anything else to continue is just a modicum of progress that I experienced personally and that I see other people experiencing as well. And it always says to me that it is possible. That's what the mantra is. And it might not be as fast as you like, might not be as much as you like, but you don't want to consider what the other option is, and that's to do nothing.
Right. And so when you guys decided to stay seated that day, did you know that what you were doing was going to be so great or so historical?
I had no vision that what we were doing on February 1st would go outside of even Greensboro. But I did know that after February 1st that I was going to be a different person because sitting in was really to gain some dignity and some semblance of manhood, which I'd been denied, my colleagues as well. So we were going to be successful regardless, whether it had spread to High Point or Winston-Salem or six other cities throughout the Southeast. We're going to be successful because we just made a down payment on our manhood.
Right. And how far do you think we have to go now, today?
I think that we've got quite a distance yet to go. And I'm not one of those who will say, for example, I have people to tell me every day, well, we haven't made any progress. And I really don't know which planet these people are from because I can tell them to look in our schools. I can tell them to look in the tall buildings downtown and see who's in there and not necessarily running an elevator or sweeping floors or being a porter. And I can show you any number of instances where we are today where you couldn't have found us even 10 years ago. And it was almost unheard of 40, 50 years ago. So yes, we have made a lot of progress. No, we're not there yet. And we won't be there until I see the very least of these having an equal opportunity to do everything that they can do based on their potential and based on their abilities.
That's awesome. And so where do you think we'll be by the time you have gone on to the next thing or to the next place?
That's pretty hard to say, and it's pretty hard to say because in this country today, you don't know what's going to happen in this Congress of ours.
Right.
As you can see over the past 3 or 4 years, there's been a mass movement and a lot of effort expended to turn the clock back.
Right.
And unfortunately, we have to spend a lot of energy just to make people, just to keep people from turning the clock back. I mean, you don't gain any traction, but at least you don't want to go back to 1950 or 1940 again. So you have to fight like hell to ensure that doesn't happen.
Right.
I'm fighting battles today that I thought I won 40, 50 years ago.
Right.
Which says that, the devil never does cease. And that's why I say it's difficult to predict where we will be, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. But I do know that there are enough people who are so enlightened and enthused and informed that they are of the mind that they have to do something as well. So it means that we've got some allies today that maybe 40 years ago we didn't have.
Right. Yeah. Well, we thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. And this is Gogo Lomo with 90.1 with Dr. McCain, one of the ANT4.